Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to WWE 2K16, and it is week 1 of December. Upcoming pay-per-view is TLC, Tables, Ladders, Chairs, and Stairs. Ugh, that was a gimmick that didn't go over well. We got a match with Mark Henry to start the month out, and matches with Mark Henry are usually the prerequisite to someone starting a rivalry. So let's see what the Authority wants us to do. Reverse the opponent's finisher. So we have to make the world's strongest slam go bye-bye. And that should be interesting. So let's go ahead and go through this match first. Oh yeah, we're about to get attacked by someone. I wonder who it will be. Because I'm not exactly sure who's on the, who's higher than me on the rankings. I think I checked at the end of the last episode, and Daniel Bryan is still higher than me in the rankings. I don't get it. I really don't. But someone's about to step up to the Superstar Prince. I was going to recap NXT for you guys. Unfortunately, last night's NXT episode was a recap of the TakeOver Dallas show. They did have one match, and bad things seem to always happen to Marcus when he's in Cleveland. And as you notice, I changed the Titantron to the basic WWE show. I thought we had a good rapport. We were laughing. We had been tag team partners. Why for you be that guy? I've tried so hard to let you stand in my shadow, which is a little bit strange, but it still applies in Marcus's case. But no, you gotta try and make a name for yourself. Actually, isn't Big Show #1 contender? Ooh. That could work out to our advantage. Very much so. It's to the Giant here. Man, let's throw him down. He's going to take a lot more damage than our normal opponents to knock down to their yellow bar. Good old high knee. I don't think there's no way I'm going to get my finisher down before he's out. There we go. We could have been friends. You could have been in the Prince's posse, but no. You had to try and make a name for yourself. And now I'm going to be bad-mouthing you to Renee and starting this rivalry. I believe we are. Apparently, Brock and Sheamus and I are at 5 at the maximum friendship level. The times, they are a-changin'.
Please welcome my guest tonight. Let's talk about the Big Show.
Shoot.
He ambushed you during your own match tonight. What did that mean to you?
He is starving for TV time is what he's doing.
That was cute.
Egotistical with little respect. That seems right up Marcus's alley.
Enough said.
Now we'll definitely start this rivalry.
There is a lot of tension brewing between you two. What's going on there?
Get our aggressiveness up.
Yeah, there is tension between us.
The only match they had on NXT was Apollo Crews versus Elias Samson. Now, Apollo Crews is a guy with a ton of potential, and due to the fact that he's so big and so muscular, Vince moved him up. He's like, he made his debut in Raw. He's barely been on NXT. He had a match with Finn Balor for the NXT title.
There you have it.
But when Vince sees someone big and athletic like that, they normally will get called up infinitely quicker, even if they don't particularly deserve it. Now, I'm not saying that Apollo Crews doesn't deserve to be on the main roster, but I bet that's kind of frustrating for the people who are in NXT trying to get to the main roster. Or, you know, maybe some people, like, please let me stay in NXT for as long as possible. I like receptive crowds and actually enjoying what I'm doing. Elias Samson, on the other hand, is someone who really should be a cautionary tale to upcoming wrestlers regarding their gimmicks. Now, Elias Samson has the gimmick of the drifter. Alright, so he comes out to a guitar, or with a guitar, And, oh, we had got on really good terms with Shamo, and now we're going to have to fight him again. Put on a 3-star match or better and lose to Shamo. Well, I knew that our placating the authority was not going to last forever. Oh, he's number 3, Orton's number 1. Dang it. Oh, well. It's still moving our way up. And we'll have a full month to get this going to the point that maybe by TLC we can go ahead and just end it in one fell swoop. But Elias Samson, he comes out with a guitar, he sings, he's like, I'm mysterious. Now, the thing about it is, and I know a lot of you guys who've watched wrestling can probably attest to this, if someone has to say there's something, then it's not going to work out. If they say that they're a mysterious drifter, guess what? I'm not buying that if they have to say it. It's Elias Samson seems to be one of those incidents where the gimmick is defining the man and not the man defining the gimmick. Basically, the gimmick is supposed to, or the man's supposed to accentuate the gimmick. You're supposed to focus on the guy, and he's supposed to have drifter tendencies. You're not supposed to have a drifter character with Elias Samson tendencies. Does that make sense? But they're pushing the gimmick instead of the guy, and the gimmick should be the spice of the character, not the whole meal. And unfortunately, he is not over in any way, shape, or form. When I think of a drifter, I think of someone who gives off that inherent, like Baron Corbin is a biker, and you can get that vibe from him in terms of how he carries himself, his ring entrance, and things that you hear from commentators and such. But he doesn't have to have that continually slammed, or you don't have to have that slammed in your face as the viewer. You just assume like, oh, he's a biker. Okay, well, that completely makes sense. You see, it doesn't define him; it accentuates him. And in Elias Samson's case, when I think of a drifter or a dangerous kind of character like that, I think of Henry Heck or Harry Heck. Some of you guys who may have watched the Punisher movie with Thomas Jane, the one that was set in Miami, which definitely had its issues, but was a very good Punisher movie, I thought. I thought Thomas Jane was a great Punisher. The guy who comes in and sings, who just very quietly comes in, sits down, starts playing a guitar, and he has that, I can hear what you're thinking. And it's just this really creepy song. And then he's like, do you like that song? I wrote it for you. I'm going to sing it at your funeral. He didn't have to come in and say, I'm a mysterious drifter. He just went in and did it, and it spoke for itself. He is that force of personality. That's kind of where I'm going with Elias Samson and a lot of other gimmicks too in WWE from time to time. They go a little bit overboard. Sometimes you can just look at someone and that's the gimmick. A prime example of this would be Big Cass and Enzo. You don't really need to know that they're Jersey, New York vibe. Kind of Jersey Shore, but actually decent. They get that through themselves without having to slam it over your head. I don't know what they're going to do with Elias Samson from here. He's got potential. I just think the drifter gimmick is a complete bust, and they need to repackage him or redefine the character somehow. He could be like the Pretty Wyatt, I guess. Would there be such a thing? Speaking of Wyatt, we probably won't see Bray on TV for the next few weeks, unfortunately. And I can see why they kind of did what they did. Blackjack Mulligan, Bray's grandfather, finally passed away. He had been having some really, really bad medical issues. Ric Flair had said on his podcast that he was weighing in about 500 pounds or so. He was bedridden and just in really bad shape. His body just started breaking down. Which sucks, but that's kind of... Oh, you were just reversing everything, Shamo. We're picking up right where we left off, aren't we? And that affected a lot of people in the wrestling business. It affected Barry Windham. Bray Wyatt, Bo Dallas, Michael Rotunda / IRS. It's a bad thing. I mean, he lived into his 70s, so that's that's kind of sad to say, but that's a pretty good haul for a wrestler these days to make it into your 70s. And I remember the Blackjacks in the AWA, and from tapes and stuff that I would watch and read in the wrestling magazines, just these really tough Texans dressed in all black leather, and they wore black gloves, and they could pop people's blood vessels with the iron claw. They were like evil Von Erichs, I guess, would probably be the best way to describe them. They had the big handlebar, not Texas, but the big cowboy mustaches. I'm really surprised they never went to World Class and feuded with the Von Erichs. I think that'd be a license to print money. But maybe, ow! How dare you? That headbutt. Here, take a back suplex for your trouble. And now, Shamo. There, now we can actually hit the bow down. Now, I would like to hit the bro kick on him. I really would. But I think we may go for the Celtic Cross. Yeah, right there in the corner. Just like Razor Ramon used to do it back in the day. Don't want to waste a DDT on Shamo. Don't want to ruin that mohawk. So the Authority is a little bit displeased. We got the 3.5-star match, but I refuse to lose to Sheamus. And it's just not how Marcus Prince operates. How much did we lose? We'll have to see. Now that was on SmackDown. Let's see what is going to happen to us on Raw. Now we're not going to continually attack Big Show, because I learned that in NXT, that if you just keep on backstage attacking during the entrance, they technically lose their match and they go lower in the rankings. So you don't actually gain anything from beating them. I think that's how it works. Honestly think if I tried to figure out how the ranking system in this game did function, my brain would explode. I certainly wouldn't want that. Week 2. Oh my lord. Why? Perform 2 signatures during your Why? What did I do? You still like me. Oh my god. Big Show, Reigns, and Orton. Okay. Now, I'm not going to feel bad if I lose this. I'm really not. If I'm able to pull this off, it will be amazing. This would be one of those Jim Ross calls. What brought this on? Hell's bells. So, grab foreign objects, and it's a 1-on-3 tag. It's not a tornado, so they have to come in one at a time. I don't think they all have to be in the ring. We're about to find out, though. Okay, it's tag. Hallelujah. So I cannot grab... I can't grab a foreign object right now because that will DQ me. It's not... So let's just focus here. We have our feud with Big Show, so pinning him and getting him taken care of as quickly as possible will help out. Now, while this is going on, I want you to notice that both Reigns and Orton are building up their momentum meters. So they are going to, if they're able to tag in, they are going to have finishers, or at least signatures, ready to go. This really is the game having enough of my shenanigans. I mean, I tapped out to the yes lock earlier. Marcus isn't afraid to do a job. But I guess we shall see. Primary goal. Now, one of the things that we're going to have to do, I know, is we're not going to be able to hit the DDT. they will break up. So we need to hit the bow down and get into that. Either we need to do some heelish shenanigans with a rope pin, or hit the bow down and chain it into a pin attempt, so by the time that they hit the ring to try and break us up, it'll be too late. That's what I'm thinking we're going to have to do. Now here he's going to... Yep. Crap. Who'd he grab? Mr. Roman. I don't care. I'll take out all three of you, one by one. This is the kind of stuff that would actually turn Marcus into a face. But Marcus's personality and his gimmick is one of those ones that should never be a face. I don't believe. Some of the worst babyface runs in wrestling history have been these extremely hot heels that the fans like because they're charismatic and they're, you know, they're cool. But the second that... Oh, I didn't even get to reverse that. The second that they actually turn them babyface, it's disaster. A prime example of this would be Alberto Del Rio. When Alberto Del Rio was starting to get over as a heel, and some people were cheering him. That was my fault. I was actually pressing the button to focus on the other guys. That would have been disastrous. At least they're not gaining their health back. That would be bad sauce. But what happened, I remember he had Ricardo Rodriguez, he had the Cars, and it was starting to get over. And they turned him into a babyface, which they shouldn't have done. They should have just kept on putting him against people who were popular, and it would have been that kind of awesome, let's go Ziggler, let's go Del Rio kind of situation. Just because fans are cheering doesn't mean you need to turn them babyface. That's not always a good decision. Now he's going to tag in Orton. And I would just like to have it stated for the record that all three of these guys are going to be on the same level as Marcus by the time I am done here. There you go, Reigns. Give you the attention you so richly deserve. Now, move variety is going to go down because I need to focus on what works. And what works is the royal shot and a lot of moving around. Besides, we got three wrestlers with three different with three unique movesets. Yeah, we'll say unique. Hit Orton with his own backbreaker. How about a princely elbow? We haven't done that in a while. Okay, Orton will hit me with his own move. Yeah, go ahead and tag out, Randy. I'd appreciate that. Oh, another DDT. Other than Reigns, this is like, or excuse me, other than Reigns, this is like fighting the old authority. Boop. There we are. So let us heart punch the Big Show. Oh, he reversed it. Crap. No, sir. I will expertly dodge that spear of yours. Ow. Never mind. Oh, that was his signature? How did that work? He got two of them? Oh, well. And he's still not going to let me come anywhere close to hitting any of my big moves. And we need to be very, very careful because he has a knockout punch or a choke slam. I think a knockout punch in this game. Ready to go. I'm doing pretty good, guys. Knock him out of the ring. Oh! Uh-oh. Am I about to tweet a woe? Oh, Snake Eyes. Here he comes. I don't know how to block this. Oh, no. I tried. Oh, and Big Show pinned me. Crap. Now, if I go down in the rankings for this, I am going to be a displeased panda. Well, I couldn't perform 2 signatures in the match. I was too busy getting fist. I tried to hit something, but they kept on reversing. Oi. Oi, oi, oi. That is tragic. But that was a match I'm not particularly sore at losing. I mean, seriously, what was I going to do? Especially since I couldn't use any steel chairs or anything to kind of even the odds. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm not going down in the rankings, am I? Okay, still number 6, and we have to fight Daniel Bryan again. Put on a 4-star match or better. Well, I can definitely do that with D-Bry, guys, and we will go ahead and do that at the beginning of the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed it, and that horrible mugging that just happened to the Prince. But if you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.